Hey everybody, it's Saturday the 27th of February. My name is Kevin and welcome to your morning message and meditation. It's a good one today, but before we get going on the first part of this message, this will be my last morning message and meditation on this Facebook page. As many of you know and you followed, I have had an ongoing challenge deciding what platform I put this out on. The challenge being that there are so many. So it's a good challenge. I wanted to be as effective as I could be, and I have some wonderful, loving, kind people who I regard as being friends, and they want the highest good, people that have got your back. And I've asked them, what should I do with all of this? And it does seem that while I do a lot, or at least not a lot, while I have skills in different avenues, trying to blend them and put them all together is challenging. So there are folks who I see for readings now with the angel work, and so I'm shifting that work and this work over to the Soul Path Connection. So if you're on Facebook, the Soul Path Connection is a separate page. It's been there, it's been parked. I haven't known what to do with it. It's been like a jacket in the closet I haven't put on for a while. So it's time to revisit all of it to make it a little more active. And I feel good about it. I didn't feel good about it before. And why have I chosen to do it now? Because before I wasn't sure where all this was going. I didn't really feel like it landed or had a purpose. And I was overly concerned about the perception of it all. How was all this going to come together? And now I've learned through my own research and doing this that it doesn't matter how it's going together. When the clarity comes, you go with that, and the clarity's here. I might decide to go live on YouTube and then track it back through the various Facebook platforms. But I'm going to try a week of the Soul Path Connection and see how we go. All right. So let's see. What is today's message? Oh, clear. Let's get the card up. There. Listen deeply. So what does this mean? And why has this card showed up? Typically, if there are challenges that you have, things that you want to sort out, issues that keep popping up, issues perhaps with friends that you've been ignoring. Maybe it's a disagreement that you had, and we have talked about this before, so I don't want to repeat that process, but this card shows up to let you know that there are spirits, angels, guides, even those of loved ones that have passed, that are trying to tell you something. And they really are asking you to listen, because it is for your highest good. There is 3 parts to following your higher good. The only part you really want to pay attention to is truth. One of the other parts is ego. What we would like to believe, what we would like things to be, that rosy thing, which is really an escape from the truth. Oftentimes when we know in our inner being, we know that there's something we should do, and there's something we should say, and there's something that we should, we talked yesterday about being intentional. When the truth pops up, it's just very delicate. The challenge for all of us is that we busy ourselves with stuff to do, things to do. Got to fix, got to do this, got to do that. And we really let the real issue get buried. And then it'll pop back up again somewhere else in another way. Same issue, same situation. It'll just repeat itself like a cycle. And again, it's sort of like, oh, well, yeah, the excuse to put it off. So you're either coming from truth, that's one part. You're coming from ego, that's another part. The third part is the tough one, because the third part speaks of the difference between what is loving, kind, giving, and truly good, and what is fear-based. So the reason why anyone will not listen to the truth or isn't paying attention to what's being said or what's being shown or what continues to show up is because there's something that is being rejected, something that's being put off, something that's being not looked at because we don't want to. So why wouldn't we want to, right? Why wouldn't we want to heal? Why wouldn't we want to feel better? Because we do. We say we do. If I get this, go there, see this, see that, I'll feel better. Then we hear, well, the feeling better starts from the inside and works out. It doesn't come from the outside and work in. So all that to say, it's sort of like you can do all the higher work, light work, getting cards and choosing great cards, positive cards, and yet still feel the fear, still grapple with it, still deal with it. Maybe you pull another card, or maybe you go do something else that you think will create a shift, and yet it's still there. So the card of listen deeply shows up for you when you know there's something that is just bothering you, a conversation, something that gets in the way of you truly being free of it. The listening deeply is your angel talking to you. And the listening deeply requires you to get quiet, peaceful, undistracted. So how do you do that? You sit quietly and you find a quiet place like we do with meditation. And typically what I know about students who are learning meditation, and I'm one of them, is that it is really difficult because we're not used to sitting still, and we're certainly not used to looking through into our soul. So in the physical world we live in, the culture that we have actually created, that we wanted to be part of, we chose to be part of, really, truly, that culture is physically built upon instant gratification and the ability to have something right now without waiting for it. So we have really condensed the attribute of patience, the time and attention, time and experience it truly takes for something to either manifest or work itself out or take care of itself. And oftentimes, whether it's a disagreement or something that's on your mind that you've just got to tell somebody, we have these devices that are connected to an instant signal that allows instant text messages, instant images. We can instantly connect with people in a physical way, an actual physical way that they know. If we're patient and we breathe and we listen to what we're communicating or what is being communicated to us, and then decide whether or not this information is coming from a place of fear, judgment, ego, or if someone truly loves you a lot and wants to let you know, they could want to let you know that they love you. They want the best for you. That perhaps they've learned something that they feel you need to know. There's this niggling feeling we get in the pit of our belly, right around the solar plexus, that area around the belly button. Interesting enough, all the biological plumbing that we have to digest food, eliminate it, filter it, work it, is all in that area of the body. So when we want to really feel, or when we do feel, when things like that come up, that's where we feel it, that gut feeling. Get nervous tummy, upset tummy, or whatever. That could also be the same with exciting news. And I'm not pulling this card or leaving this message to say, listen deeply, you're about to be told something you don't feel comfortable with. Sometimes the truth is uncomfortable, but it's never delivered if it's coming from a spiritual place, from your angels, from your guides. And that's really what we're talking about. Listen deeply to the inner dialogue, you, not other people. That's part of the ego thing. We're going to wait till we get somebody that we're going to wait until we hear something from someone that we like. Now, we're not choosing carpet or wallpaper or a house or a place. We're actually listening to something that will benefit us, to move us forward. And a case in point, I like to land these messages to something tangible so people can understand it. When you get somewhere and you land somewhere, whether it's a home, a relationship, a house, a job, a friendship, and you're not sure this is the right thing, that's when you listen. And it's possible that in some situations like mine, they're stepping stones. They are landing points on the way to something bigger. Understanding that word patience is what you see ahead of you on your timeline, that you can visualize, that you can see, feel, get, want. If you see it, feel it, get it, you're going to get it. It's going to happen. However, just in everything else, it unfolds in an absolutely perfect way, not necessarily in the human way, not in a way that we may want it to land, or we may want it to show up. I'm trying to think now. I'm quiet because I'm thinking, well, what would that show up? How would that show up for me? Well, for example, I wanted to do a lot with this message, meditation, and spiritual work, and I really wasn't sure where it landed. Really wasn't sure how it would come together. And then every step of the way, including working with this camera, turning this bedroom into somewhat of a streaming office, they were all steps into learning, oh, this is how you do it online. If I had launched all this in the beginning without all the knowledge of how to put this technical stuff together, it would have been quite a big mess. I likely would have been really fearful, scared, frightened that I did something that messed up. Instead, I was taking the time to learn little by little, bit by bit, step by step, not rushing the process. So when you listen deeply, you have to slow down the rapid mind, slow down the rapid thinking. Just take time. This is why these meditations are so important. Yeah, that feels good. Let's read our I'll share with you what I got, which is quite lovely. I'm getting goosebumps, so I know it's coming from a good place, and I know the message comes up. But this is the card I pulled for myself this morning. It's there you go, Holy Love. I've shared with you, and I did before Christmas, that I was looking for a word, a mantra, an affirmation that I could work with for 2021, and the word love was just straight there. And so I made a commitment to try and do most things with love, in a loving way, starting with myself, because I think when we fill up that on our own and we get going, there's always more. It's like an endless cycle of it. But for me personally, on a personal level, whether I don't know if you want to call it romantic or otherwise, I've always felt like it hasn't necessarily been returned. And perhaps it was not returned in a way that I felt was appropriate. I've had various personal relationships, romantic relationships, and they've never really worked out. So for those of you that have had the unrequited situation, it's a tough one, because I think unconditional love is just what it is, unconditional love. I get that from the dogs. I love them and they love me back no matter what mood I'm in. I get that from really good, close personal friends, that I can say and behave in any way I want to be, and they still love me no matter what. So that I get. So the piece that has been missing, or I have been shut off to, is that partnership type of love. And what I've noticed myself is I've made these stories up about why I don't and shouldn't have them. And it's all to protect the fact that I'm not really interested in having my emotional furniture rearranged again, only to find out I can't find my way back to who I am. I think it goes with a territory that, for folks like myself that are staunchly independent, to enter into a relationship which is somewhat codependent is a challenge. Seemingly, for folks who are in a partnership and have been for many years, to survive or to be independent from that partnership is also a challenge. It is the doing and the undoing. And I had to get clear with really loving myself and appreciating who I was, so that the pouring myself and my behavior into someone else and changing the way I am, or trying to, in order to suit that or to get that or to chase after it, was the problem. Because unless you're authentically you, the other person isn't able to see that authenticity, or they're not even able to see you. And we all know that when we go on, whether it's a date or we meet people for the first time, or we in an early relationship on a romantic level, it's all like, we're putting on our best behavior, wearing the best clothes, tidying up the house, getting rid of the clutter. And then you sort of move down the road and you start getting closer and closer and closer. And that's at the point where it's like, whoop, hang on, wait a minute. No. I'm done. And that was me. Run. No, thank you. No, thank you. So now it feels like this card, this Holy Love card, has popped up to say, it's time. We see you. We hear you. And we're bringing you somebody. I can, at the corner of my left eye, so you'll see it on your right side, I have a vision, and Billy. So my friend Billy, I'm trying to get you to picture him. Beautiful, beautiful man, gorgeous spirit. He passed probably about 10, 11 years ago, maybe, somewhere like that. He was in his 30s. And just to giggle a minute, the man was authenticity deluxe. There wasn't anything about him that wasn't truly authentic. Anyway, I'm grateful that he's one of my spirit guides and visits me often, as does my friend Denson, who's right here. Now, I see them as I know them to be, which is how they appear to me, is how they were when they were in a physical form. So I end up distinguishing the difference between who's here. My grandmother, um, she sometimes appears to me as she did, um, but more, oh, she's here. That's how I know she's here. Say, okay, Grandma, thanks for coming. And I just get this wave of love and these big goosey bumps all over me. So that's how I know, yeah, it's going. It's a bit like somebody is running their fingers. Oh, the hairs of my arms. That's what it feels like when I know that Grandma Mabel's here. My whole body's tingling and going. So that's her letting me know, yep, that's me. I'm here. So I don't necessarily have to picture her in my mind's eye to know it's her. I just feel that. I feel that, oh, yeah. This is where that card, listen deeply. When you get those little nudges, those little, ooh, I feel something. Get quiet, close your eyes, and listen to what you believe you're hearing, because that's them letting you know, listen, listen. So it would be a bit like you and you and I going up to somebody and shaking, hey, oi, pay attention. That's that for them to get their vibration to a point where they can physically have that effect on you. That's their equivalent of going, oi, listen to me. And that's also when they're letting you know that they love you and they're here. So, all that to say, my friend Billy is going like this at this card. I see him just go, yee, like this. And that's how he was in life. That's how he always saw things as being like that. A day at the fun fair. That was, it was, I don't know, being friends with him was like going to the carnival every day. Joyful, fun. All right. Time to read, time to meditate, and then I got things I've got to do today. Quite a few things. Where are we going? We are on the 27th. Oh, look at this. I love this. Perfect day. Open to life's magic. I will never forget my mother's words to me the first time she took me to the Ho rainforest. I don't know what that is. I'm going to research it. A woman told me when she learned I was going there, we were at the edge of the forest about to enter. My mother stopped walking and turned to me. There's magic here, she said. It wasn't her words that impressed me. What struck me was the absolute certainty and matter-of-fact way she said it. It was like she just told me, dinner's ready. There's magic in the air. It's the next place on the journey. It's the inevitable. We have been clearing the path so that we could do more than merely trudge down the road. The road leads to magic. A magical way of living, a magical way of being here. The magic is in the air, isn't an illusion. It isn't a trick. You have done your work. You have stuck with the journey. Now is the time for fun. The time to see and know more of life's magical ways. Walk lightly, enter the enchanted forest, look around, keep your eyes and ears open, tell others what you see. The journey to the heart is a journey of wonder and awe. And this is the affirmation. The ancient ones, the trees, are waiting for you, the woman said. When you get there, tell them I said hi. Open to life's magic. It's been waiting for your call. So, if you have felt bogged down, burdened, I know if you're in the Charlotte area or the Mid-Atlantic area or anywhere in the South for that matter, well, the North, the whole of the United States, nothing but snow, sleet, rain, ice, frozen. Now we're getting ready to thaw out. So it's time to go find the magic. With that said, I have a perfect visualization for you in part of the meditation. So let's get right to it. Close your eyes. Let your palms face upward. And breathe. Take a big breath in. Let all that go. And get situated physically. I'm going to pull my shoulders up, back, open up just all of those energy centers around your spine line. Wherever possible, keep your spine nice and tall. If you want support, allow your back to be against a wall. If you're seated in a chair, bring your shoulders in the sort of mid-back area, connect it so you have support. Before we get going with the prayers and the visualization, let's check in physically. Place the four corners of your feet on the floor, big toe mound. The blades of each foot and the center of both heels. Root them down into Mother Earth. Think of the energy of rooting going anywhere from 4 inches to 4 to 6 feet below the surface. Move your consciousness up your body. Stop and breathe into any area that's stuck, feels uncomfortable, tight, trapped energy, air. Just breathe into those spaces. And as you exhale, release out. Let the stopper come off that energy and let it go. Follow your breath. A bit more than shallow but not forced. We'll begin. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for removing the ties that bind us to people, places, situations, and unnecessary stories and drama. We no longer want, we no longer need, or no longer serves our purpose. And thank you for cutting these binds and removing these obstacles now. We declare that we are safe and free, and the weight of the world is off our shoulders. So it is, and so shall it be. Put your hands over your heart. Repeat after me. I am the keeper of my mind and my body. Wherever love is present, fear is a stranger. Love is within me, flows through me, and extends out of me. And so it is. Picture the light, bright golden light, coming towards you, surrounding you, engulfing you, filling you up with joy, filling you up with happiness. You can put a smile on your face, get your mind to the place of gratitude, and think of anything that makes you happy, lifts your spirit. And thank you, angels, for reminding us of your presence and for revealing what we all need to know. I am willing to listen and to receive and to share. And so it is. You can leave your hands at your heart or bring them down. As you settle into your breath, take your mind and your thoughts to the area at the center of your forehead, your third eye center, your clairvoyant area. I want you to picture yourself on the edge of a natural forest. Up ahead, you see the entrance to the forest. And the canopy of trees that almost form a tunnel, providing the perfect natural filter against the sun, still allowing the sun to glimmer through the spaces between the branches and the leaves. As you get to the edge of this forest, picture an archway of light. See, this is almost like a golden rainbow. Walk towards it. And then enter through it. Begin to see the pathway in front of you, the trail, being illuminated by the rays of the sun shining through the trees, just like magical stepping stones. These rays of light illuminate the trail ahead. Continue with your breath and continue to walk forward. Up ahead of you, see one of the beams of light appearing like a spotlight on the ground. The sphere of light represents one of your angels or spirit guides. Whatever name or image comes to you, this is indeed who has come to lead you deeper into the forest. You approach this light force, this energy. You can put in as much detail to your vision as you want. Allow the energy of your guide to move you forward along your pathway. Up ahead, deep within the forest, there's a clearing. The pathway leads you into the clearing along with your spirit guide. Move into the clearing. Know that your spirit guide is here, protecting you and helping you. Feel free to have a conversation. You can ask your spirit guide's name, thank your spirit guide for being with you and guiding you to this space. Thank the spirit guide for revealing the message the angels and spirits want you to know. Allow yourself to see yourself seated in the clearing deep within the forest. Way above you is an opening in the canopy of trees. The sun is at a perfect angle to beam the light and the energy in front of you, as if you are seated at the edge of a round stage or round auditorium. Your spirit guide now moves behind you and calls upon any of the angels and spirit guides who wish to reveal themselves to you with the message. And from the beams of light projecting onto this round space, this round clearing, begin to see the other angels and guides appearing to you as spheres of light. As each one enters the center, under the light and energy of the sun, see them and visualize them as if they were a hologram. Pay attention to how they look. You may recognize them, you may not. Keep breathing, keep visualizing. You are the bridge between the Mother Earth and the Father Heaven, and this is your opportunity to connect to the energy of Spirit. Your mind wanders off, come back to your hands and your feet. The visualization of the forest. And your spirit guide behind you, holding space, making it safe for each one of these angels and messengers to come. If there are blessings you have already received, the blessings for which you are grateful for and happy about, honor and thank your angels. Gently allow the angels to depart and leave the space you've created with your mind. And keep the energy and presence of your spirit guide. Continue with your breath and gently make your way up and out of this special clearing. Allow your spirit guide to accompany you along the same path you came on. Begin to follow the light of the opening to the entrance ahead. As you come to the edge of the entrance where you see the golden rainbow, turn and face your spirit guide. Gently thank them for being with you, for staying with you, and for sharing their wisdom of all good. Step back through the golden arch of the rainbow. And see yourself back where you started. Bring your hands to heart center and reconnect yourself with your environment. Lift your thumb knuckles to your third eye center in honor of the whole world, the planet. Imagine that you are radiating love and light to everybody you touch. Together we bow and say namaste. Every time I do those visualizations, it's a little different. And I feel guided to share what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling, where I'm going. But they're always a little different. I like that. At first it was a bit, I battled with my own ego about, is this for real? Am I really doing this? Or, but it is. I feel like it is. Have a great Saturday. I will not be doing a meditation or a message tomorrow, Sunday the 28th. I'm going to be decluttering things and tidying up and spending a day with me. All right. Have yourself a good one. Enjoy. Bye.